Are you ready for the ultimate bikepacking weekend adventure? Join us for an unforgettable self-supported bikepacking trip through Southwest Virginia. The Grayson Gravel Pie Bikepacking Adventure travels along the Virginia Creeper Trail, the beautiful gravel roads of Grayson County, Virginia, and the New River Trail. All lodging and camping arrangements are included, along with daily routes and guides riding along with you. This self-supported adventure offers resupply opportunities every 20 miles for your food and water needs. Find out more at graveltraveldirt.com.
You're listening to Mid-Atlantic Gravel, Travel, and Dirt.
Hey everybody, I'm Brian.
I'm Joey.
Welcome to episode 105 of Mid-Atlantic Gravel, Travel, and Dirt. Come on along, spend the next hour or so with Joey and I talking about gravel bikes, adventure biking, fake flat bar gravel bikes, bike packing, bike camping, or just playing bikes. Joey, tonight
is our anniversary episode.
2-year anniversary.
We are giving away all kinds of prizes tonight.
Are we
Everything
really?
from bikes, racks, bike parts. We have a DIT group set from Shimano to give away. We have some Wahoo trainers. So you got to listen to the last 5 minutes for our closing for us to give them draw names.
You're a horrible person. You're a horrible person.
That's pretty good, though.
If we could get like specialized in all those people to actually...
Due to lack of everything.
To recognize us, though, as a legitimate...
I've been trying with a kid.
We've never been recognized by anybody other than those people that really matter. The Dave Pryors
No,
of
I was
the
going to say,
world,
you do realize the people that matter are the ones that recognize us.
Yes.
We don't need the full corporate stuff.
I actually don't want the corporate stuff.
So I'm very
stay
pleased with who recognizes us.
Yeah, I agree. I was just kind of tugging the chain. But I agree. I think the people that...
Speaking of who recognizes,
know who we are.
I have multiple rides I need to sign up for this week because of that.
What's that?
I got to sign up for like 3 rides this week.
Sign up for 3 rides?
I got to sign up for Grusk. I got to sign up for Lulaca. And there's a third. Maybe there wasn't a third one yet.
No,
I signed up for Dirty Kitten.
We're going to talk about what we're going to do at Grusk here pretty soon.
Oh.
Because that's happening, dude.
So that wasn't what I was mad about earlier when I told you.
Mm-hmm.
That was fine.
You were mad at me about something?
No, I wasn't mad about it. I'm mad at you.
Oh, okay. Oh, you were just grumpy.
I was grumpy, and I was like, I hate
okay.
these large...
Yeah.
It wasn't the Yumi Travis.
Okay. That thing is going to have to happen. You know that, right? What? I don't want the thing that's going to the Grusk lead out everybody this year. And Travis at first thought I was joking. But the Grusk lead out that you and I are going to do is going to be a lead out to end all lead out. Is going to set the bar for every gravel event ever in the history of gravel, what you and I are going to do. And you're saying you may not want to do it.
I was actually going to actually do the ride.
Well, we're going to do the ride.
You guys are laughing at me now.
No. We're going to do the lead out on something that Travis is going to provide.
Yeah.
And then you and I will get on our bikes and then we will go ride the ride. So that's the plan. No, I wasn't planning. I'm not dragging your ass all the way around Grusk in the trailer. Trust me, I'm not doing that.
I don't know. You get a flat bar electric e-bike, gravel bike thing.
It might happen. It's like 2 minutes in and we're already way off the rails. What are we drinking here tonight, Joey?
I made this little
Hold
cocktail.
Your drinky dare.
I think I made this cocktail. I made it last week.
Yeah.
Although ours vary a lot. So I poured you a finger of whiskey.
Clink.
And
there it is. I can't reach that.
Literally in person, but we'll forget about that.
Yep.
Lead out in pedal kayaks. So I had your finger of whiskey.
Yep.
In an espresso cup.
Mm-hmm. Which I thought was really cool.
And then I made... So this is a half whiskey.
We are celebrating tonight.
Celebrating night.
And mine does not have nearly that amount of whiskey in it,
and then
everybody.
Half cranberry juice, some cherries.
It's
delicious.
You're the lucky. It is really good.
I have a high tolerance for this now.
It's also really good for your urinary tract.
Yeah.
It's cranberry juice.
I told you I'm going to piss excellence.
It's going to be... mine does not have nearly... But you've got little cherries down in the bottom of it. I wonder if anybody can see that.
Maraschino cherries.
And
those things are delicious.
I'm also drinking out of the Bicycle Shop pint glass that Tanya from Rothrock sent us. So it is a full thing we got going on here tonight.
I got the handmade GTD class.
You got the Tom King?
Yeah.
Tom is making some of those to give away for 12 rides.
Did we all get these, or was I the only person to get one?
I did not get one.
I would say it's at the house.
I didn't get
I
one.
happen to go first.
I didn't get one. That's okay.
That's all right.
Sorry, I know you have it, and that's all that really matters. What's going on live stream land? Is there anybody
man,
over
there's
there
all kinds of
listening yet?
stuff.
Oh, my goodness. I just opened it up. Look at this.
Who's PX Evo? Is that Pete? Maybe.
Oh, yeah, I think so. It kind of looks... You can't... The little icons for their faces are so small.
Larry said, yip on the dudes. And then, hello, Ronald. Joey Brown, howdy from Georgia, voting for freedom. Matt said to lead out in the pedal kayaks. Ted, we're long overdue for a drunk... I would say in the last 5 or 6 episodes, Ted, I slipped in a little drunk Joey. It definitely came out on the fishing one.
Yeah. So you got to listen to the second podcast if you want to hear true drunk Joey.
Oh, no. It was 2
night.
episodes ago. It was the night I had that, 20-something%. I had that bourbon barrel beer.
Yeah.
That hit me hard on the fishing podcast.
Yeah. Do you have any of those left? I want to take one home.
Yeah, I have I did drink a unicorn fart.
Okay.
So I saved the last one for you.
That's okay.
And then take the bourbon one home.
I want to take the bourbon.
I know you're not Ted. It is Pete. Philly Ted is here.
I talked to Philly Ted today.
And Greg is now here. I'm supposed to be a drink. Am I supposed to be drinking? Everyone is.
Yeah, everybody's. What else are we supposed to be doing?
You could drink some sweet tea. You could drink a beer.
Or bubble
wine.
sudsy water.
Ooh, seltzer is our go-to.
Yeah. Do anything. Depends.
Yeah.
You be you.
Yeah.
We're all about you.
It's our anniversary episode, though.
We can do whatever we want.
I feel like we should have had a anniversary. Like a thing to Wes.
You know what? I almost tried to reach out to Wes today and see if he could come on and surprise you, but I don't know.
Is that why you said headphones? Did he leave us a voicemail?
No, he didn't. He didn't even do that.
You would think he would even leave us a voicemail.
He would do something. I mean, he knows the phone number. He said it for how long?
He didn't remember that.
He never remembered it. You're right. I don't know.
3850.
410-231.
I know the 410-231 because I had a 231 number my whole cell phone career until last year.
Well,
anyway,
yeah, there's a lot.
We got a lot to talk about. We got a lot of
people in the live stream.
People to piss off.
So you want me to do my catch up and then you do your catch up?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So I started, Joey, the new year with a big bang. I did an Imperial Century on the trainer, which I've done many times before. It's nothing new, but a lot of people look at me like I got a third eyeball in my head when I tell them I rode 100 miles for 5.5 hours on a trainer.
For fun.
For fun. Yeah, just for fun. And it was fun. I mean, it was New Year's Day. I started off with Darcy's sick ride, and I was like talking to them on Discord, and we're like, so what are you going to do? It's New Year's Day. And Darcy was like, well, I want to do a little extra after. And I knew she was talking about doing a metric, and Darcy and Warren did.
What is wrong with you people?
She ended up, Darcy rides a lot.
She's gotten hardcore.
Yes.
She deserved her.
Yes.
Did she get Zwift or Strava?
I think she got
Zwift.
Zwift, yeah. I think she got Zwift.
Hey, Josh.
So that was kind of a big day. Warren and Darcy ended up doing the metric, and I just kept going.
Foreign Warren?
Yep. No, local Warren. Or foreign Warren.
Our local.
Yeah. I get it all confused, too. So that was fun. I actually do enjoy it. I hadn't done that for a while. I'm actually thinking one of the things I'm going to do this year is do a century every month. So January, February will be
inside or
trainer. Whatever happens.
Oh.
Whatever works out.
I kind of want to try that.
It's not nearly as bad as everybody thinks, the trainer thing. Once your butt is hardened to...
You just go.
Yeah, you just go.
What was your elevation on that one?
I don't even know. Probably 2,000, 1,500, 2,000. You do a flat course.
Yeah.
But you're always pedaling. You never get the down.
Oh, yeah.
But that's a time thing when you're doing that on the trainer. So I did, with that combined in, I ended up with 253 miles last week. I also want to take just a real quick minute. We teased this and talked a little bit about it last week. The Dirty Kitten Winter Training Series kicked off yesterday. Now, everybody, there is still time to join.
So that didn't count for you?
No, the century didn't count. No.
Oh.
Yeah.
So I started like 3 days early.
Yeah, you did. You started like 3 days early. I'll let you talk about you in a minute. But there is still time, everybody, to join in the fun. You can actually register, I think, all the way up to the 24th. And it is probably one of the most unique blends of virtual and real life, because you can do it on the trainer or you can count real life miles. Either one, doesn't matter.
Well, trainer is real life miles.
Well, no, I mean outdoor.
Pavement miles?
Right, yeah. You can count anything you want as long as it's recorded on Strava. And it is a combination of both some participation points as combined also with the competitive nature of the challenges. Chris custom programmed a leaderboard, which is super cool. It's got
Super Chris.
Yeah, no joke, right? Or no joke. It's It's got the whole purple kind of dirty kitten thing going on, but it's really, really cool. Last night was the kickoff ride, which Alex did on Zwift. It was a 2-hour ride. All you had to do was ride for 30 minutes to get quote-unquote points towards the challenge. I got to ride with Ted, Father Dave. First time I've ever been, actually on a bike with Father Dave. So, Clink, Dave.
Oh.
Clink. Actually,
You want to like me in person.
with Flout, Thunder Bear. Sorry, Dave. Alex obviously was there. And there was just so many other people on that Zwift kickoff ride, the club people. Darcy, Amanda, Nadine, Amy, there was a whole bunch of people on there. So it was a lot of fun. And I would say that if you're looking for something that will get you motivated to train in these winter months, and I know, Joey, you're doing it.
Yeah.
That's the thing to do because it's 3 months long, and each month is divided into a stage, and each stage, three tours, and each week is a stage, and there are stage prizes, and the first month is focused on time on bike. The second month is elevation, and then the third month is distance. So kind of really cool the way they've laid it out. It's a super unique blend of all these different things. I'm going to put a link into the show notes for that, and so you can definitely check that out because I think it's super cool. I had a life crossover event. I was
Say what?
A crossover thing in the world of Facebook. So I posted, I've gotten these little RC mini crawler trucks. I got one of those little crawler trucks, and I'm making actually a tabletop you've seen pictures of it in my garage, in my barn. And I'm going to put dirt and rocks and all kinds of stuff on it. And you got there and played little mini cars. They're 1/24 scale, so they're not real big. And in one of the Facebook groups for the car type, I posted pictures of the table that I'm building, and some dude down in the comments actually called me out. He says, "Hey, is this Brian from GTD?" I thought that was pretty funny. So thanks, Chad, for calling me out over there. I thought that was pretty cool. It was like a little crossover kind of thing going on.
Where did you post it?
It was on one of the Facebook groups for the car, for the type of truck that I have.
That's why you call it a crossover event.
Yeah. No, that's it.
Was it lagging like your bolts?
No. What do you want?
Yeah, it's a big ass lag bolt.
Oh yeah. Well, you know what? Every time I do something down in the barn,
I know you have all the hardware, so just use what you got.
It's like if I've got it, I'm using it. I want to. Every challenge building something is to use just what I have on hand.
You should make that like a rolling Zwift table.
You could. I could. I could
put your trainer on there and move it around wherever you want.
I could build another house probably with everything I've got down there. But I did have the hardest part of all of that was getting to the piece of plywood, because you've seen my barn where there's like wood stacked up along the sides.
Way up in the rafters.
Yeah, and the piece of plywood that I wanted, everything on the top was thick, 3/4 inch plywood, which is not what I was looking for. I was looking for a little piece of 1/4 inch or even some Luan. And I had it, but I had to figure out how to get all the plywood lifted so that I could get that one. But I did. I was able to do it. So it was quite the adventure, and got it done though. So, all right, what's going on or do you want to see what's going on in live stream?
All right, there's all kinds of stuff.
My goodness.
Yeah, Greg, Josh.
Hey, Josh. Sorry.
Junkyard Dog. Doug. Dog. Fun until the poisons start sweating. Is that about the alcohol?
Maybe.
Joey Brown said shooting for that as well. Century every month.
Yep.
Ron says I hate the trainer, mostly just Zwift and all their issues. But I'm on my streak right now. I have been amazed at.
Yeah.
I just leave my stuff set up.
Mm-hmm.
I use my iPad for Zwift, and I watch a movie on my Mac, and just get on. My shoes are clipped in. Just get on and go.
And I'm gonna give you. Well, you talk about it when you get to your second.
Matt said,
that's right. Matt is in there. Yeah,
it's a lot of fun. Kudos to the Dirty Kitten team for the leaderboard and all the different competitions and mini objectives. And then Pete says can't spend more than an hour on a trainer, cuts into beer drinking time. And then Ted says Seth from Seth's Bike Hacks. Burn Peak is doing the crawler thing as well.
So Ted,
the kid from Salsa does the crawler.
Yeah, and I'll give some credit where credit is due. I've been watching. I'm a Patreon patron for Seth, and I have been for a long time. I just love the way he does videos. They're very engaging. He is just really on point with this video game, and he's been playing the whole RC crawler thing for a while, and that's what kind of planted the bug for me. Probably, I've been watching his videos for a couple of months that he's been doing with building little crawler courses in his yard and stuff. And that was what planted the seed. I'll be honest. It was not,
Well.
you know, but it's fun. I mean, it's outside.
We can use my truck now as a crawler.
Oh yeah, let's do that.
There's that big gravel pile over by Dow, by the barn at Dow.
Let's do it.
Like, what's there a big old pickup truck stuff?
Let me get my GoPro out first.
Yeah.
All right, Joey, go. What's going on in Joey's world?
First things first. I just want to say it on here, so it's recorded. You can't hurt me, at least on here, without video evidence. I loved your idea for the 6 stickers.
Yeah.
God, I couldn't find it. I couldn't find the 12 rides of Christmas winners today. Anytime I log on the Facebook, it's someone got their sticker. Someone got their sticker.
I know.
Oh my God.
I know.
I limit my Facebook time now because you told me to.
I wondered.
Oh my.
Today,
I was just waiting to tell you.
I wondered today if I've actually been thinking in the back of my head because I want to make sure. Let me back up. Let me back the
But
truck up.
if you stop it now because I complain, you won't give credit to people where the credit is due.
No, because it's going to calm down. It's going to calm down. I'm going to back up and explain to everybody what's
I want
going
to get all the stickers now.
Let me give credit. Let me back up because people have no idea what we're talking about. I started a badge or a trophy program for our bike club where when they reach certain goals, they can send me a Strava link. And then I will award them the badge, which, I mean, it's just gamification is what it comes down to. Gamification of something that...
Need a trophy.
It's now we're having to do everything with COVID is virtual and online, and trying to create engagement and community is hard.
Yes.
When your
I do applaud you for that.
When your bike club
it's annoying.
Is centered around, physical interaction and community kind of like connection, it's been a real challenge. So we started it this year where you will earn badges, and they're really cool. One is for just doing a club ride, for leading a club ride, for doing 100, 200, or 300-mile week. There's a traveler badge if you go with people to another place and spend an overnight trip.
During COVID?
There's people that are going to do it.
I got vaccinated.
2,000, 5,000. Talk to you about that. 2,000, 5,000, 10,000-mile badges. For completing all, there's just a whole bunch of stuff. And one of the things I did, because I thought it would be cool, is like every time somebody earns a badge, I'm going to recognize them on the Facebook group and in the Strava club. So I have been literally spending all day, every day, but it'll calm down because people,
I don't know. I want to try to earn as many as I can right now.
I kind of hope it doesn't. Because
you have to be I'm not a sick member, right?
Yeah, you need to fix that. I don't know why.
I mean, technically...
Why?
There's no reason right now.
Why?
You can't get a badge.
No, you can't get a badge.
I don't care. I'll make my own. You know what? I'll make them and I'll stick them on my wall with sticky notes in my room by my trainer. I mean, I told myself because it expired last year technically at April. Well, I only need it for insurance for club rides. There's no club rides.
Yeah, but dude, you get a 15% discount at Patuxent Adventure.
To be fair, SICK is the last group I have been members with. Pax Valley used to give me free memberships.
Well, if you wanted to be the club,
No.
See, you asked for it. You asked for it.
No, I'm gonna get like a honey badger sticker. So that'll be my badge.
I know that's been a lot of.
See, yeah, GTD patches would be sick.
Well, you know what? We've talked about doing it. Pins and patches.
No, stickers, and the stickers should all like.
You put them together.
Yeah.
Like the puzzle pieces, and you put them together.
We can make Dave's face.
You wouldn't know what it is until you use it. Do you see those Christmas presents that people are advertising, which is like the puzzle, and the cover of the puzzle was like just a bunch of pretty dogs in a field, and then when you actually put the puzzle together, all the dogs were taking a dump.
That's awesome. I need to get that for my mother-in-law.
So wanting to get one of those.
If Jessica's listening, get on Amazon right now and find that for Deborah.
Anyway, I interrupted you.
So I got that off my chest.
Yeah, and I don't disagree, but it's gonna. You need to get used to
being open about my grumpiness, especially in the last few weeks.
Joey is a grumpy old man.
I always text Brian about something that.
Well, you know that I listen.
Do you know? I finished my 2020 getting vaccinated.
You want to talk about that? Because you are the proud.
I pissed off a lot of people.
You didn't piss me off.
Oh, that's fine.
Because now I know that I can be around you.
I could still carry.
Yeah, that's true.
I have a few more days before
That's true. You have to go back for your second, right?
Yeah, the second one's supposed to make you sick.
Yeah. Oh, really?
They say if you're going to get like a little flu-ish symptoms, typical vaccines you do. They say the second shot is what kind of makes you feel a little drowsy.
I understand that this is a little different in that it's not actually the live.
Oh, I don't care.
The live.
I'll probably
virus.
get the second strand or something.
Like
there's a third strand.
Yeah,
in Africa.
Yeah, we're here with it. It's here with us forever.
Forever.
I don't. Let's not talk about it. But anyway, you got your vaccine.
It was
which I'm super excited about for you guys.
I'm very fortunate that my wife and my mom, they both work together, but they work in the school system. I won't get in the
no.
Whatever it is, but I was able to get it with her on New Year's Eve. It was actually too easy.
Yeah,
I think they were just trying to get as many people through as possible. Next day, it's shut down.
You see how hard it is for them to actually get the needle in people's arms now. All of a sudden, it's like I don't know, but I'm glad for you. I'm glad for you.
Although Michael Clark just said, I was in the vaccine trial study. The second injection sucks.
Ooh,
actually. I don't know what you mean by that as far as symptoms, but I took ibuprofen before I got the shot because I actually got my first flu shot this year too, as an adult, and my arm was kind of dead. I am a redhead. There's something about redheads and shots and stuff. I think that's just made up.
Yeah, so.
But when I woke up the next morning, my arm was so bad.
From the flu shot or from the vaccine?
From the vaccine shot.
Well, it puts it puts all that fluid into your muscle. Well, you've got such superb muscle mass that
he said bad flu symptoms. I'll take bad flu symptoms for 24 hours. That way my wife can wait and hand on foot on me, bring me soup.
But she'll have it too, though, because you guys are on the same cycle. You're on the same cycle as your wife, right?
So I got to a point though. That morning, I told Jess, I can't lift my arm up to put deodorant. I had to put my arm up and put it against the wall. So my arm's up against the wall. And then it falls down. It was so dead. It's like I was taking about 1,000 milligrams ibuprofen.
Can I stop for just a second?
Yeah.
I want to give everybody fair warning. This is going to be a long episode.
Oh yeah, we're still
Go ahead, keep going. Just know
anyway,
you're in it to win it if you're here tonight.
I was actually supposed to be fishing all day. I woke up with the intention, all right, I'm just going to do a solo, wake up super early, go to the gunpowder. I was prepped. I was tying flies the night before, and then the rain. Yeah. Actually, the rain did hold off, so I could have been fine. Saving grace, I got a freaking vaccine shot.
Yeah, you did. You got the
I
winning
won
end.
huge.
Yeah.
So then that was I don't know. It's pretty cool, but secretly, because last episode was I don't know what day it was. We talked about the dirty kitten thing. Jess was like, "Oh, you should do it." I'm like, "No," and I was like, "No." I'm not gonna do it. No, secretly, I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna start I'm gonna try to ride 30 minutes a day.
Yep,
every day."
You did 45 one day too, right?
And then an hour. I did 45 yesterday. 30 minutes actually. You kind of just get warmed up. What sucks, but I have to have a goal. Mm-hmm. But I did 30 minutes tonight just before podcast.
I'm so proud of you.
30 minutes is easy to obtain, but it's enough to be like, oh, I have a whole glass of whiskey.
You did the work. You did some work.
It's just enough.
It's honestly
it's keeping active.
I think too. It's also condition in the butt.
Yes,
it's getting into routine.
I will say 5 days later, the first 2 days, I just wasn't used to that saddle. The times I have been riding has been on my Brooks saddle, but my All City's on the trainer with my power saddle, which I love. I did start using. I'd use chamois butter on day 3.
Okay, I'm
on day 5. And then the last 2 days, I've just been using the lotion in my bathroom.
Mm-hmm. What kind of lotion?
Like Lubriderm.
Okay.
I don't know. I use it. My nose gets dry. I got nice skin right now. I've been using. So I've actually been using it on my chamois because I've never used chamois butter, and every so often. But recently, I was like, oh, I'll try it, and it's actually helped a lot. Mm. But good bibs help too.
I got a funny chamois butter West story.
Was that when he used embrocation or something?
No, because we were on the canal, and it was that.
Oh, I heard he was horrible.
It was that 3 or 4 day thing, and we went to the bike shop in Hancock, and he was like literally ripping the place apart, going, "Chamois butter, where's the chamois butter?" He's like, "I've never used this stuff, but I have to have it." It was kind of funny watching him kind of like literally get spastic over chamois butter.
It wasn't bad, but no, it's been nice getting in a routine.
Good. Yeah,
I think some people were like, "Oh, you never ridden a bike before?" No, I just haven't been riding my bike recently. But I think it takes 20 days to get in the habit or something.
Just so everybody knows, Joey raced bikes. Joey did Dirty Kansas. You got a resume on the bike.
Yeah.
It's just
it was a
COVID
weird year.
season, COVID, and the bike shop.
Yeah,
break.
And there's a lot of cool stuff coming up this year. I'm like, I want to do it.
Yep.
So it's also good training for everything.
Yeah.
just getting in better shape.
Agree.
You know, I've been doing a lot of fishing last year that helped.
Yeah.
A lot of the trout stuff's a lot of hiking and walking in water. So, Jessica, did you hear about that puzzle?
Jessica, you want to come say hello to everybody here for episode 105 on our 2-year anniversary?
But my wife's been very supportive of my trainer riding.
You can just poke your head over here onto my mic and say hello.
What are you going to say?
Joey, do you remember that race you did on your road bike with fenders? And it was like in the mountains. My first time I ever saw you race. Remember, it was in Parvella?
Oh, no. I did a Cat 4-5 cyclocross race at the Parvella ABRT one at the I forgot the name of the venue.
Yeah.
On my tarmac with 25 slicks.
Mm-hmm.
Like I rolled up. I think we did a century the day before, me and Jess, and I was like, I think I'm gonna do that race tomorrow. But I'm out there, and 50, 60 people at the start line, 7 a.m. because that's when the 4-5 start, and I don't think I ever really raced much cross before. I worked a lot of cross events. Yeah. Always did road racing here and there, and yeah, I was like, all right, I'll do it. I got my 1-day license for cyclocross, and I didn't do bad. I finished middle of the field. I lapped people.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't do horrible because I had pretty good bike handling, so it was slick because it was morning dew. It was cold.
All right.
Yeah, I'm out there in a black and pink S-Works tarmac, and everyone is cheering for me. Not the dude winning. It was a blast. Everyone was yelling at me.
I remember that
only
bike.
thing that went south was there was a point because it was so early, the sun was coming in. You go through a section into the trees, and about 10 feet in, not even, there is a huge tree fall over that is you get off the bike. I didn't see that. Oh. I almost totaled my bike going full speed into this.
You would have destroyed that bike.
Man. I didn't do bad. There was one climb that some of the cross guys were getting up a little better with their tires. Hiked the bike, got up. It wasn't horrible. I said didn't finish last. I think I finished decent spot. So yeah, not too bad.
Well, is that everything from you this week?
I could keep talking about my recap, but
no.
Trainers rolling. Like I said, my minimum's half hour, but I feel like I get in a groove around 45 minutes to an hour.
Yeah,
and I can see how I could probably do a couple hours here soon. Yeah. It's not hard. I haven't ridden Zwift probably since last year, just before Croatan. Mm-hmm. Even though I paid my freaking membership, that's the one thing that sucks about everything.
You can pause. You can pause Zwift.
Yeah,
and your numbers and your data stays there.
Well, I don't know. I cut like $150 of monthly subscriptions out recently. Now that I have a car payment again, for random stuff I'd never use.
Nice.
And Jess did like $200 a month the two before that for herself. No, I think that's about it. My goal is to be the secret silent person, just consistency.
Yeah.
There's some people probably blowing up big days and not riding for 3 or 4. Mm-hmm. They're probably riding more, but it never hurts.
Love it.
So
I love it. I'm excited for you to get back on the bike. So catching up in the live stream, Ron Welsh went on a gravel ride last week and saw my first Mid-Atlantic GTD T-shirt. Dustin Slater was wearing it. Right on. Was it? I think it was. That would have been. I remember. I think Dustin got a gum wall. So that's cool. And Marcus has showed up. Marcus is like, hey, aren't you guys supposed to be doing a fishing podcast right now? Yeah. This is going to be a long gravel episode. So we got some voicemails, and you want to put your headphones on? I told you got to wear your headphones when I play the voicemails. So
feel the whiskey.
The first one is specifically for you, Joey. So I'm going to play.
Hello, this is Brian Nelson from Valparaiso, Indiana. I had a question for Joey. I have the Salsa Cutthroat, and I was interested if the anything cage can bolt right up to the fork, the carbon fork, or do I have to have spacers to keep it slightly above the carbon so it won't mess up the finish or damage the carbon? Thanks.
So, that question was specifically for you. You can take your headphones off if they're bothering you. I got one more voicemail though. So, the guy from Star Trek.
Yeah. Are we doing the next voicemail?
No, that was a question for you about the Salsa Cutthroat. So, what was the answer?
I actually don't have a good answer on that one.
So, I think the question was, when you.
Oh, I know the question.
Okay.
Do
you want to do some research on that?
No. So personally, I ran Burra Burra, anything, whatever, specializes cages on my carbon fork on my Sequoia. And usually with that anyway, I use the Presta Valve, the Presta Valve lock nuts? I use those between the fork and the cage. So it keeps it just off the carbon.
Okay.
I do use somewhat of a long bolt. Excuse me. I think you can put them right up to the carbon. I mean,
So I guess the real question is if
I say also know people that will run electrical tape over that whole area. Like you have the
that's
bolt
smart.
here,
That's smart.
and then they run electrical tape and then use a hole punch or pop a little hole, and then you don't have to worry about it. That's what I would do personally.
Yeah.
I space mine off just a little bit. Say an old tube has a buffer. The old tube also helps with any type of rattling that ever happens. But to avoid any type of rattling, put some fingernail polish on your bolts before you thread them in, because it's bound they're going to come loose a little bit.
Any
and it
particular
helps.
color?
I like to go with the fluorescence.
Okay.
That way, if you drop them,
You see? Oh, that actually was really legitimate.
I mean-
excellent kind of. I was being a smart ass, and you ended up turning it into
there you go.
Well,
No,
no,
you
really,
drop-
Brian. You think about
and
it
they
for a
fall
minute.
out in the trail. No, what's that bright pink rock doing? Nope, it's my nail polish, girls.
Okay, so I think that kind of answered the question.
Yeah.
You want a little bit of buffer. Electrical tape, that sounds like a good idea. A little inner tube.
So you
that
just
sounds
run a
like good
strip.
idea.
You just like one strip. Just wrap it. You can wrap it all around, or just wrapping around won't let it come undone if you overlap itself. And then even do a buffer between that too.
I still and it'll hold up because I still route my Di2 cables.
Yeah.
On my Diverge.
We have about 4 rolls of electrical tape on your Diverge.
I know, it ain't going anywhere.
Yeah.
Should have used Gorilla. I bought some Gorilla tape today. That stuff's expensive.
I know.
Oh my goodness, is it expensive? Anyway, okay.
So that's my trick. I wasn't joking about the fluorescent colors, but clear works too.
No, actually, that's really smart. Got a second voicemail, and
From Wes?
I will let this one speak for itself.
Hey guys, it's Dave Pryor. How's it going? Did I mean I have to drink? I don't think so. But I will anyway. There we go. It's the crack of the week. It's the crack of the year. It's the
Sound
crack
like
of
a staple
2
gun.
years. Congratulations on 2 years, 5 weeks of doing this thing. Amazing.
Thank you, Dave.
Thank you guys so much for what you do for the Mid-Atlantic gravel travel and dirt community, worldwide now.
Prestige.
Really, it's meant a lot to me. It's meant a lot, I think, to a lot of us. It's been great to interact with so many people and all the different ways we do it now, which I think is a big testament to what you guys do. So thank you again and again for Unpaved, for everyone here, for all the other promoters we get to talk to, and hope to get to see your beautiful mugs in person this year. Clink. Love you guys. Love you. Bye. Bye.
Thank you, Dave. That was awful nice. I was excited to get that this morning. Dave actually texted me and said, "Hey, make sure to check your voicemail. I know you're not really good at that." So thank you, Dave. That it means a lot. I think the admiration and respect is mutual. I think on both sides. So you could take your headphones off now if they're bothering you.
What's bothering me is how long my hair is.
There's no more things you have to listen to. So that's that. Again, thank you, Dave. So hopefully we answered Brian's question about his cutthroat. And again, thank you, Dave. We got Strava Club. Or do you want to look at what's going on in the live stream before we do this?
The Junkyard Dog says, how many fish have you been able to pack in your Nittany Mountain Works handlebar bag?
That's a great idea. Well, what kind of fish, though? See, with bacon, it's like you got a consistent thing.
Here we go.
But with fish,
4 hours later on this episode,
you could put like one keeper-sized rockfish in there, maybe.
Oh, in your frame bag. Well, my frame bag is 19.5 inches.
Oh, so you could catch
No, mine's
keeper.
20.
But you could shove a couple of them in there, though. Maybe. Depends on how fat they are and what they've been feeding on. And you could also, like, if you had a whole bunch of perch, I don't know. It's an
We're going to do
interesting
podcast roulette. First Tuesday of every month. You don't know which podcast
Hey,
come
let's
on.
do Strava Club. And I want to do the third one because that is just so freaking weird. It is just weird. Okay?
Are you allowed to pick me?
What do you mean allowed to? No.
I was the third person.
No, I want to do the third one, the third name. So you got to do your thing.
right.
It's just freaking weird.
So for number 1, we have Renee Ramos from Burtonsville, Maryland. That's a Maryland?
Yeah, Burtonsville, Maryland. There's a Burtonsville.
Never heard of her. with 153 miles.
Good
Chuck
job,
Pitts,
Renee.
who I think is a Michigan listener with 253 miles. One spot above Brian, who almost called his own number.
Yep, almost called my own number.
And number 3 is Joey Sikorsky.
No, once again, number 3, and I kid you not, for the third week in a row, Ron Welsh from Jacksonville, North Carolina, has 224 miles. Got the random call, and I do it really random. I actually do a random number generator and then go through the Strava Club and pick the name that's associated
Sometimes
with that
I'm your random
number.
number generator.
Well, yeah, sometimes I ask I ask random people to give me numbers.
Pick one number between 1 and 10.
Yeah.
You do like 3 times.
But isn't that super weird? I mean,
That's the Illuminati working.
it's strange. I think, Ron, if you're still here, I know he was actually in here earlier. Ron, if you're still here, are you a witch or something? I don't know what's going on. Oh, Matt, Swedish fish. How many Swedish fish would fit in a nickname?
Let's ask Larry.
That's a great idea.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah, I love that.
Let's
Okay,
see.
go ahead, finish out your Strava Club thing.
Well, no, I didn't
No,
make top
it's-
3 again.
you know where
to
it
break into
is.
the top 100, you need 133 miles. We are bumping up.
It's up again.
Yeah, that's
Holidays.
up like 10 miles or so.
Holidays.
And we're at 687 from 681.
Yep.
So
It's
that's
working.
about it. Yeah, Strava.com/clubs/gravel travel dirt.
Ron, hey, go out and get some of your friends and bring them over into the Strava Club, so maybe somebody else other than you will get picked.
Yeah.
That's out of 700. Well, it's actually out of 100.
Ron's
But-
not a witch.
Okay, good. I'm glad.
Ron, did we ask Ron, do you work at a bike shop down there?
I don't
And
know.
or-
Now we're having conversations.
Did
That's okay.
did you send us the bottles and everything?
I don't remember who did that. I can't remember.
We
There
were
was
going to see
the,
them down at Croatan.
the PBR bottles.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're.
Yeah.
I'm going to get them in case people haven't seen them.
Well, that was actually super weird, and it was funny, Joe, because just before I picked the numbers, I was like, "Wouldn't that be strange if Ron's number came up again?" And I pull, because what I do is I go through and I pull all the numbers and just put them into the show notes, and then go back and find the names.
I don't know if
So-
people have seen these bottles. They're like drinking bottles.
Does Ron weigh as much as a duck? That's a Monty Python reference. So the bottle, where did that? I don't remember where those
forgot who
bottles
sent us
came
these.
from. I can't remember either. We'd have to go back in the episode that they came in. I'm
This
sure.
is from Wilmington. Well,
Okay.
a
Yeah,
little
no,
bit,
it's the
little
same,
bit
same
north,
kind of thing.
or a little
So-
bit south. Rod's a little bit north.
Anyway, we'll catch up with that.
Man, I feel
So
bad. I've been on there.
this, I think, is what everybody is here for tonight.
Me?
Flat bar
Wes?
gravel bikes. Yay or nay? We're going to talk about it. And I even gave you a heads up. And when I gave you the
Oh,
heads
I
up, you were
called
like, "Oh, shut up!" And then my phone rings. You really want to talk about this? So,
I feel like so.
well, you need to actually look at the show
Well,
notes because we're going to talk about different things in different orders.
So Russ from Pathless Pedal did a breakdown.
Okay.
No, it was just it was in his comments. He said he was doing his yearly thing. He responded to like 9,500 comments or something. 9,000 of which were every bike's a gravel bike. I do ramble a lot.
Well, so all the major manufacturers seem to now offer flat bar gravel bikes. Specialized,
thing.
Surly, Giant, Kona, Salsa.
you
They're
know, I
all
have
over the
one on my
place.
deck.
Yeah, I know. You got a.
I got like a Cirrus 4.0. It's like a hard.
Cirrus a gravel bike.
The Cirrus X 4.0. Oh yeah, it is.
Okay.
It ain't the Diverge Evo,
Yeah, but there is a Diverge flap.
but that
flat
Cirrus
bar.
X line is a gravelish, and that 4.0 that's like full on 1x11 Dior.
So to give you the rundown of what we're going to kind of talk through
Here,
here,
get the rundown after Chipotle.
I got pros and I've got cons. We're going to talk about conversions, which I know seemed to really set you off this afternoon, and then talk a little bit about the aesthetics of the bike. So let's first point out it is important to remember that a flat bar does not necessarily equal straight. Okay, I think a lot of people have that mindset of flat bar has to be a bar like a mountain bike bar that goes from one side to the other, but there are lots of different styles and types of flat bars out there. The Jones bars, you've got flare bars, you've got the denim. There's all kinds, which is actually a really cool. That seemed to put a lot of things together for me as I was doing my homework today. The Koba denim bar, gravel bar. It's actually got a
Oh,
flare
speaking
to
of
it.
Cobra, I started Cobra Kai series on my trainer. I forgot to tell everyone.
Here we go sideways.
Binging on the trainer.
So we're gonna jump in. If anybody wants to say something over here in the comments, we will circle back section by section. And the first thing we're going to talk about the pros. So this one was a big one for me as I was doing my homework and my research.
I'm going to say one funny thing.
Sure, go ahead.
I was seriously looking at the Verge Evos last week. Mm-hmm. Like, that would be a blast to ride a lot of these events and stuff with.
Maybe.
And I would love to. I've been talking about turning a Sequoia into some like Rocket Rambler.
Well, I'll give you my take.
Yeah,
where I think
maybe I will.
At the end, I
probably
think
not change anything after this, but let's hear it.
I've got a place where I think they fit, and it's going to be just my opinion, but
fits for whoever's comfortable.
To start with the pros, flat bars equal more room for front bags because you don't have hoods. So we talked about this. One of the appeals of gravel cycling was if you're a bag nut. I'm sitting here thinking, put bags for my day peanuts and my night peanuts, and you get that reference? That's a new girl reference for you, Joey. Day peanuts and night peanuts. Jess would keep the night peanuts in her nightstand.
Oh, jeez. Anyway.
Sorry about that. That went a little deep. So, I mean, it's hard to argue with that, right? Can you argue with that?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
No, I mean, I agree.
Yeah, okay, you agree.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's a pro. Another pro is the steering leverage. You've got greater control because obviously your hands are out wider. That's hard to argue with, too. Is there any way that, I mean, I know you got flare on your gravel bikes, but that's typically you're in a
How
lower
many pieces?
position. Say again?
How many pieces?
How many pieces of what?
Flare.
That little Reddit reference.
You looked at me for like a minute.
Yeah, no, I didn't quite get that. And this I need your input on because I wasn't.
How come no one's done a T-shirt with? Sorry, like with the face of the manager from what was that? Tchotchkes. Your flare with like gravel. That could be our thing.
Okay, yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, but anytime you say that could be our thing and you get excited about it, I'm behind it.
Oh, I would love Jennifer Aniston on there, but handlebars and.
Oh, now I know what you're talking about.
Man.
Okay, no.
We need to go to like Fiverr for that thing.
Yeah. So gravel bikes, and this is what I said, I need your input on this. Gravel bikes can use mountain bike specific components, which offer a quality level that is more affordable. So to get sort of like that same quality of the component group, you're going to spend a little bit less in the world of a mountain bike. Is that in fact true?
I was taken back a little bit by that comment.
Do you not agree with it?
No, you can for the price to price, you can get a ridiculous amount of components for a flat bar as you could for a drop bar.
Okay, so that is a pro then. You would actually agree with that. Yeah. I didn't know whether that was actually going to hold true or not because it's, you run a bike shop. So
I ruin a bike shop?
You run a bike shop. So
unfortunately,
the last sort of pro that I could come up with was bar grips over bar tape.
Oh yeah,
for durability and comfort. Okay, so the grip. So there's a lot of pros there that kind of make a lot of sense. Anybody in the live stream got anything?
So the thing I was taken back by. Ted said aero bars on a flat bar for the win. And then have bikes full gravel. Keith said, "Can I help with the GTD flare?"
Yeah, actually, you could, Keith, because you're an artist. You're like one of the most talented little drawer people I know. Ted, aero bars,
and musician.
Matt, generally nay, but flat bar would help with sending it over giant holes on the C&O. So there's control.
Matt, you need to find the new finish sections. Just ride those only, strictly
on the new finished sections. They're fast, man. They're super fast.
You can get a lot of bike with a flat bar gravel bike.
Okay.
So a new one. The conversions might be.
Well, we're going to talk about. Let's not talk about conversions yet. We're going to talk about conversions. We're going to talk about conversions. So I know that's a.
You have
point.
some key bikes as flat bar gravel bikes.
What do you mean? Like ones that I've looked at?
Yeah, ones you looked at. Anything pop up cool? Because I love that Verge Evo.
The Verge Evo was the one that I kind of looked at a lot. I didn't really spend the time looking at a lot of the others because I was looking more along the lines of what surrounded the selection of why why this sudden increase or what we see is with these flat bar gravel bikes.
Like the flat bar Journeyman, though, it's about the same price. The flat bar, the Verge Evo, but it's different builds and.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
It's cool.
So let's look at cons. So this may or may not be a con, and it may or may not hold true because of what I talked about with regards to the fact that flat does not equal straight. But you have limited hand positions over longer rides. I know that some of the first bike packing trips that I did on my hardtail, it was that one position, and for 70 miles, holding a mountain bike position for 70 miles is tough on the wrists. You're taking a lot of abuse in the wrist.
You didn't have a redshift at the time.
Didn't have a redshift. Nope. But I had a front suspension.
Oh.
So
that was 5 extra pounds.
Yeah. Wasn't rigid. It was a hardtail. So limited hand positions over long rides is a con depending upon the type of bar that you get. Because I just mentioned, like, the denim bar looked legit cool. Flare, pull back, multiple hand positions, inside, outside. You actually have little horns that they've put sort of where the drops would be.
Yep.
That mimic drops on the front of a flat bar. And I was like, wow, that actually is a really nice kind of idea or thought.
You put bar ends on everything too. You'd have like triple the amount.
Not bar ends. They weren't bar
No.
ends.
Put bar ends on those too.
Oh, you could have like like a multi-pronged kind of thing going on. And that's going to lead to more wrist shock in that hand position. I think that's definitely a con. And somebody in, I think it was the Unpavers group, when I posted that we were going to talk about this tonight, said, isn't it just really a rigid mountain bike? And I've actually got that in my notes. It's just a rigid mountain bike from the late 1980s. So
what is?
A flat bar gravel bike.
No, it's not.
Okay, well.
Geometry is different.
Well, yeah, that's so that.
I mean,
that
a specialized LA looks just like a specialized Diverge when you look at it aesthetically, but it's not.
Okay.
You know, an Amanda and a Madone are not the same bike, but they look like drop bar bikes.
They look the same, but they're not.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it doesn't sound like a lot of these cons actually hold up. Because you say limited hand positions that cause problems for your wrist.
Bars.
That's not really an issue because you can get flared bars and you can get the multiple hand positions. And what you just answered was, aren't they just really rigid mountain bikes? No, because the geometry is different.
Yeah.
It's designed to do something different. Yeah. And
can't lie with numbers.
That brings us to the thing that I know is what you've been wanting to talk about is conversions.
The end of the episode.
How does the geometry play with conversions?
I mean, they're designed. I told you I wasn't going to give the answer, so no one yells at me.
Give the answer.
They're designed differently, like the reach and everything. Mm-hmm. So you typically a flat bar bike, you put drop bar. Which way is easier to explain? Reach is way off. Yeah. You're going to have issues either way with depends on where you actually sat on that current bike with its, or the bike with its current configuration and go to the other. Something's going to get screwed up and it's just not going to feel right or handle right.
I mean, I actually have it in my notes that the flat bar positions the hands closer to the body.
Yeah.
So converting a drop bar bike to a flat bar bike, you've got to take that geometry change into consideration.
Yep.
So we're not talking about conversions. I think that, unless you're in a position where you've got your reach is too far on your gravel bike and for some reason you need to actually pull your hands back, it actually could be a good thing for you.
So the thing I see, Jones bars get used a lot in conversions, which are awesome bars to go from drop to flat. Mm-hmm. Jones bars also have the reach, where you have your hands on the bars is pretty extreme. Mm-hmm. So that even throws another monkey wrench in it. So, and then I'm not anti-converting because I think there's some cool conversions. I saw a really cool old 90s GT hardtail that someone put drop bars on, and it was badass.
Yeah.
And I think I saw a guy at Unpaved last year who had my Sequoia with a flat bar, and I mean, that thing was awesome. And Sequoia actually runs really well both ways. But I don't know. Conversions are fun, but it's not as straightforward as you think it is.
Right.
Like you try to put a Specialized Cirrus, which totally works as a conversion bike. Wes was actually the first person I know anywhere, like before gravel bikes were popular. Mm-hmm. He was like he was a frontier man.
Yeah.
He made a drop bar Cirrus because no one made anything that checked off his boxes.
He was a pioneer.
But you look at people that will take a Cirrus and put drop bars on it. Everything's jacked up. Their reach is off. Everything has to come way back. Mm-hmm. and it works for them.
So you're saying
a
a flat bar to a drop bar conversion is going to leave you with more problems possibly than a drop bar to a flat bar conversion. So going the other way.
There's also a lot of there's different bar reaches and stuff like that. There's all kinds of things taking place. The new hoods are longer on some hydraulics depending on what series you go. So that adds another thing into the reach. So you never know. But then there are bikes that now are designed for both. So I'm Specialized shop, but the Cirrus X is a badass bike.
So that is designed for both?
No, the Cirrus X is a flat bar gravel bike.
Okay, yeah.
They have the Cirrus and the X. The X comes as a 1x out of the box. Pathfinder tires. All the Cirruses have room for really thick tires now.
See, but that's the point. That's the point is that bike, the geometry on that bike, on that frame, is built around flat bar.
Yeah.
So
it rides awesome. It rides as if I were to make a flat bar diverge, but without, you know what I mean, converting it.
Yeah.
Because it's a similar geometry.
Okay.
But as a flat bar.
Okay.
So like that 4.0, I love that thing. I haven't ridden it a lot, but I've ridden a lot of them through the store.
Okay.
Like the 4.0, it does have the Future Shock, which I think I already broke. But that's like a through axle, everything. Like I got 42 knobbies on it, and I have a lot of clearance left. But that's the bike I would actually love to ride it unpaved over my Sequoia.
So here's
at Larry Paris.
Here's my dilemma. Larry did unpaved on that. Yeah. Here's my dilemma, though. I mean, the flat bars, it feels to me like the hand positioning and the positioning on the bike for something that you want to race could prove problematic. I mean, I feel like you're in more of a race oriented position on drop bars that have some flair to them as opposed to something that's a flat bar that you're obviously, because I think it's common, you're going to sit up higher.
Not necessarily.
Okay. Well, talk me through that, because in my mind,
I'm thinking that sometimes like an S-Works Epic versus like an S-Works Diverge for the right person on a very short travel or maybe fully rigid might be a faster bike for the certain riders.
Okay.
On like racing on paved or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
In my mind,
just whatever's comfortable for you. But
in my mind, all I can think is flat bar equals sitting more upright, which means not as aggressive a position to actually go hard on the bike. That's kind of in my mind where I can't get past that hurdle. I can't get past that little something in my mind, and maybe it's something that you actually have to ride it under.
Any bike's a gravel bike, Brian.
I know. Well, we're talking specifically now because you brought up unpaved. We're talking specifically now about an endurance race-oriented event.
Yeah.
And I would love to hear somebody like Ted King's opinion on a flat bar.
I wonder if everyone watched the Ted King like Arkansas high country race. Wonder if he would have done that on a flat. No, just kidding.
No, it's true though.
That might be a little long and excessive. Where I think the drop bar.
So
we'll never know. The Lachlan Morton's probably going to ride a unicycle and win it.
What about the last piece of the puzzle for me? Aesthetics.
The Diverge Evo you put in the picture looks pretty badass.
It does. Yeah.
It's been weird that you picked this because it wasn't, like I said, it was about a week or so ago. I was like, oh man, I should have jumped on that buy-in when I could have got a Diverge Evo. But then again, I wasn't riding my bike a lot, so I was like, Jess will kill me.
Just a week.
Marcus says single track in the drops is amazing. Keith said climbing in the drops feels like it gives more power, which I hate climbing in the drops.
I never go to the drops.
I always climbing. You go up you open up your lungs and everything. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. Pete says a company makes thumb togs for flat bars. Yeah. Ian started using it a while ago at Parvella, the little thumb togs. Joey said agreed on limited hand positions. I've used togs at Leadville. They help, but still limited.
Props on Leadville.
Ted says I'm going full 1994 and putting purple and Paul components elk horns on my drop bars. Well, that's very Ted-like.
He can make it work.
Old Hardtails rock sky-high bottom brackets a lot of the time, though.
See, yeah. Yep.
It's also where the geometry,
Yep.
And then Greg says, I have an FX6 Sport I use for road riding. I do a lot of miles and added bar ends for a different position. I'm looking at gravel bikes and I'm going for the drops.
So I think, it's aesthetics. For me, too.
Oh, for you?
Yeah.
Well, for Greg, it sounds like it's actually positioning.
Yeah. I just don't see that flat bar bike. I feel like it's like a city bike. I can't get past. Maybe I need to see one in the wild, and I actually need to see it. But one that we talked about where I thought it would position well, I think it positions very well in the world of bike packing.
I would love to do a trip on the Cirrus. I would actually like a Diverge, but
see, that's where I think a flat bar gravel bike could truly excel, is in the world of bike packing with the right flared bars, with the geometry on that bike that's designed to work with the flat bars, with multiple hand positions. I really like those denim bars. I don't know what it is. Because they gave you that position. There's something about that hand position when you're holding the hood like that.
Do that to your tarmac.
Versus this. No. Oh, God. That would be, oh, God. So for me, that's, I think, change my mind. And I could change my mind at some point in the future, once I see them in the wild or maybe get to ride one or whatever. I don't know. Could change my mind. But from where I am right now, I do not see a flat bar gravel bike in my future for endurance events that are a long one day. We're talking doing the full pull at unpaved.
Full burrito?
Yeah. Or, doing the whole
kit and caboodle.
Unpaved. I just don't see that as being an option for me. But from a bike packing perspective, I can actually see it being something that it would look seriously at. So that's where I'm at.
In for your rock crawler on your bike packing trips. I was getting ready to say something, but I forgot.
Oh, look, another crossover. Phil showed up. Pesca. Any of these bikes be powered by a Minn Kota?
Actually.
So that's. Do you have any wrap up on that conversation?
Keith said, wouldn't the brakes / shifters on a flat bar interfere with the position of a bar? No, a lot of the bar bags, a lot of the full bar bags, you can get some like bracket to move it forward.
Yeah, but you can also get them. They're wider. You got more space.
Oh yeah, like
wider.
The last trip I did. Well, in general, the last trip I did was the first time I put my sleeping bag between my handlebars.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was with you, 2 years ago? Last year?
Yep.
2019. Where you're limited on that one is, you really... Luckily, I carry, or I have, a 40-degree bag where it's small. It's about that big.
Yeah.
It's little. Because if I go any bigger, it's not going between my...
Exactly.
My shifters. I also don't want to camp when it's, 20 degrees. So, if your sleeping bag limits you... Get an Airbnb. Versus if I had a flat bar and I have that salsa anything cradle handlebar thing, it looks like a snowplow where it has a bracket and it sticks forward.
Yeah.
I could freaking take a 6-foot tree if I wanted.
Yeah, because it's way out in front of the hoods.
And I can use that on my... I got it for my Sequoia, but it's still between my shifters.
Well, I don't. Except for where I stand, I don't think you're going to commit. I don't know that we've really reached a yay or nay kind of a position. I think in my world, it sounds like there's places where it could work. It could work in the touring world, I think. Could be interesting as well. I'm really kind of the one pro that kind of got me thinking was the more room for bags, because one of the things that I hit up last week or a couple weeks ago was the bag thing, because that's one of the things that gravel's really cool about is there's tons of bags and places to put stuff. And so
speaking of bags in our anniversary episode, I still want to get Evan on here from Nittany, but Evan has to have service.
He lives in the woods, dude.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's a couple people, Evan and Don from up at I haven't told brain fart. What's the crazy rides he does?
You're talking about I know who you're talking about.
Oh man, it hurts.
Not Keystone.
Yeah, Keystone Gravel.
Is it Keystone?
Yeah, and
Chainsaw Don.
Yeah, Chainsaw Don.
Yeah.
Also, he also needs service. Those Pennsylvania people.
Yeah, they live in the woods. They live in the tops of trees or whatever.
But man, we blew through a good chunk of our Nittany order we got before Christmas. None of those mini thing handlebar bags, all that stuff's gone.
Gone.
Our hip bags went.
Good.
So I got to do another order tomorrow.
Good. Well, that kind of, I don't want to continue to beat this flat bar dead horse.
We'll beat it every episode.
So,
we'll beat it like we're going to bring back the Prius.
You want to do this or that?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to do this or that. And everybody over in the live stream, anybody who's still here that suffered through all of that,
Also,
feel free to play along. Ready? You ready for the first this or that?
not to take away our thunder, but bikepacking.com has an amazing section on
That's good.
anything cage, kind of cradles. There's a huge list of those.
They're a great resource.
What they're compatible with, have they tested them, all the little stuff. There's so many on here I didn't even know were made.
Yeah.
I love that website. It's a great resource.
Oh, yeah,
I mean, they're a huge
tremendous
national.
Tremendous
I know we're worldwide. Anyway.
Okay. First item on this week's this or that, Joey.
Yep.
The ability to fall asleep on command or the ability to wake up on command.
Well, I take melatonin now.
Is that pretty much what going to sleep on command?
I would say if you take melatonin like a couple of hour or two before you're going to go to sleep, when you're ready to go to sleep,
You're done.
it's like Ben Stiller on Happy Gilmore. You will go to sleep, or I'll put you to sleep. That's how the melatonin is for me.
To me, it doesn't do anything for me.
Oh no! I also, if I really need it, I was going through some sleep insomnia stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I started taking that, and I even have that like herbal sleepy time tea.
Mhm.
Yeah, that'll knock your ass out.
That half whiskey drink over there.
Yeah, that too. Don't take with melatonin. I don't know. Let's say wake up on, but I feel like I wake up on. I go to bed at 8:30 and I wake up at 5:30.
I know. I always, when I'm texting you at night, I have to look at my phone and be like, "Oh, it's 8:45."
Like this last week, I was like, no matter what, I wake up at the same freaking time.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
So, which would you prefer?
Well, wake up on command.
Wake up on command. I think that's the one I would go to because I think I would be able to get to sleep faster. Because I mean, when I have to get up to go to a ride or go fish or something, and I know that I got to be up early, I always have such a hard time.
You
falling asleep.
ever sleep someone?
No, I don't think I've ever
Done
done
it
that.
once in my life.
Because I'm so antsy about it. I'm usually up before my alarm goes off. So, okay. Second item on. Wait a minute. Did anybody over in the live stream?
My friends were on a boat calling me. I missed them one morning.
Pete said sleep on command. Joey sleep from Phil. You're really going to say whiskey versus coffee?
They call that cowboy coffee.
Keith followed up, put whiskey in your coffee. Second item up, Joey, on this week's this or that. Live in an RV or live on a sailboat?
Ooh.
You lit up with that one.
For some reason, Facebook Marketplace has been showing me a lot of sailboats lately. And there's some really cool ones.
I have a sailboat you can buy. If you want a
No,
sailboat.
thank you. Never do a transaction with Brian, everyone. No,
I would get the upper end.
he's going to want $30,000 for like a $2,000 boat.
And I'll
he's going
get
to tell
it.
you all the...
Five,
Brian's a
four,
great... The problem...
3, 2, 1.
The Brian,
Deal.
Brian is an amazing salesman. But I feel like if something were to happen to my RV, I could live with it. But that boat's got to float. I don't know. But I feel like I could deck it. I want to say boat.
You want
purely
to
because
say
I want to live the Jimmy Buffett life.
Uh-huh.
So I'm going to say boat.
Okay, when I hear somebody
But
who's
man, you get a bad storm. There's only so far you're going to take that thing.
So living on a sailboat,
I've lived on my kayak all year.
No,
Sleep alone, poop deck.
I've been around boats my whole life, and inside of a boat is always musty, moldy smelling.
Well,
and
so yeah,
I couldn't deal with that.
So there's more upkeep. You can cinder block that thing. Other than an F5 tornado coming through.
Yeah. Live on the boat on land.
I've been living on the water my whole life. I like you can only protect boats so much from storms, and there's only so much you can do.
In RV, you just drive away from it. I would much rather, I think, live in an RV.
No,
I could
I'm
do
a parrot head.
thing. I could do the whole RV thing. Anybody in the live stream? RV.
Ted, I have no problem peeing anywhere outside.
Sharks.
The amount of people in the creek that have seen my dingling because I had to pee.
Like the other day you didn't when we went fishing.
We were out in public. We were in a bad neighborhood.
Joey's like, I gotta pee. We went to 2 different places.
You just went right in the parking lot.
I just stood outside.
I went out in the woods.
You went inside trying to find somewhere. Then you went behind the car. I can't do this.
Dude, people were staring at us. It was an intersection.
I don't care. RV. Oh, it's hands down RV. RV.
I'll see you on my boat.
Yeah. RV across the board. Joey, would you rather have a personal assistant or a live-in housekeeper?
Can I use the same for both?
No. That's out of bounds.
personal assistant or
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 a
what?
live-in housekeeper.
I am the live-in housekeeper. What am I? I want to live in housekeeper. What's personal assistant going to do for me?
Well, I agree. I don't know. I thought maybe you'd have some sort of a fun angle or something. I don't know. A personal assistant in my life would just be another person I'd have to actually manage.
Just another person for communication.
Yeah, but I'd much rather have a live-in housekeeper. Then you could just, drop your dirty underwear everywhere you.
I'm not going to be rude about it.
I'd probably be rude about it. No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't be rude about it. I wouldn't be rude about it.
My wife asked, bring your laundry. I just put it all in the washing machine already.
Yeah.
Do you need to touch it?
Live-in housekeeper, absolutely, positively. But if you think about it, a live-in housekeeper, that means you have to have some place for them to live. I guess you don't really have to. You could put them in under the stairs or something like that.
What is it, freaking house elf?
I don't know.
Harry Potter?
Like a Dobby kind of scenario.
I got 2 extra bedrooms in this place.
I don't want another person to manage. So definitely, yeah. Everybody over in the live stream, personal chef. Oh, that's a great idea. That's a good third option right there, Matt.
I play chef and housekeeper.
Housekeeper. Yeah, hands down housekeeper. I feel like our this or that's have been pretty easy this week. This was I had to think about this one, whether it was actually going to qualify as something to be good or not. Fire pits in the summer or fire pit in the winter?
Huh?
Would you rather sit around a fire pit in the summer or around a fire pit in the winter?
Wintertime.
You go camping and you're out in the summer and you create a little fire
The only
pit.
reason you make a little fire in the summer is because it keeps mosquitoes away.
Okay.
So
this
I've
is
never been a
easy
huge-
then.
yeah.
This is easy.
It's you chit chat, but you do a little fire. But
Well, that's why I said I struggled with this one, whether it was actually going to be
there ain't
something
nothing.
that...
You have a good fire when it's cold.
Mhm.
You have a nice big fire, and you do not want to go away from it.
Well, then you walk away from it to go get in your
horrible.
tent and you're freezing.
Yeah,
You get really
or
cold.
back in the day, we used to just put our sleeping bags by a fire pit.
Or
it didn't stop us all.
You put rocks up next to the fire, and then you take
Wrap.
a rock with you.
You pee in a Gatorade bottle and throw in your sleeping bag too for
Yeah,
keep
yeah.
you warm for 20 minutes.
Absolutely, that's the number one piece
Wide
of
mouth.
bike packing gear you don't leave home without is the Gatorade pee bottle. I ain't getting out that tent in the middle of the night. No, sir.
You sleep by the fire.
Yeah. Okay.
We used to do that in Scouts.
So you're definitely saying a fire pit in the winter over a fire pit in the summer.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I just feel like
Beans and weenies going.
in the summer it's like that.
Hobo packs.
I don't know. I just feel like,
Fire pit all year.
fire pit all year. There's the answer. That's the answer that I'm looking for. And that maybe is why I struggled with it.
We should
Over
have
here,
like Prius versus Tacoma.
Keith had to be an oddball and go with a personal assistant, but that's okay. You be you. He won't need a housekeeper because he's living in an RV. Winter. Fire pit all year. Yeah, I hadn't even looked over there yet. See, we all came to the same smart conclusion. Winter, sitting in front of a pellet heater, and winter. So I guess that was a dumb this or that. I apologize everybody for that. This or that. I feel like I failed. So
Yeah, well,
sorry.
it happens.
Sorry.
They're not all winners.
No, you can't all be the best questions. And I struggled with the last one, trying to come up with
I
it.
didn't contribute at all.
Oh.
So
Did you ever? No, we'll talk about it later. Okay, so that's gonna-
fishing. I got to put fishing in there.
Yeah, I know. That's what's going to. So
My dad just texted me because my sister's going into labor. He's like, don't forget this or that before I go to the hospital.
we're getting late too, so we need to get on with it.
Oh, yeah.
You got anything else before we shut it down?
Yeah,
We're
that's what I meant
we're
to-
still at about our hour, just
we're
over
good.
an hour. We did really good. We're just so good at
Like I
nailing
said,
that hour.
I was going to start binging Seinfeld, but decided to start over on Cobra Kai, which I highly
Cobra Kai.
recommend.
Anyway, anything else before we shut it down? So Cobra Kai, that's your anything. That's your
You-
one thing you get to talk about.
I was going to say Ralph Macchio or what's his name?
I don't know. I was never big into that franchise, and I haven't watched the new one on Netflix either. And I probably won't.
All right. Well,
We're done. This is it. 2 years and we're done because I didn't want to watch Cobra Kai.
Did you watch? Because I was thinking about spoiling the end of Mandalorian.
Uh-huh.
That's where my spoiler podcast came from.
If you did that, people would be so bitter.
I could start it here. When Luke
do it.
Skywalker comes
Don't-
out the end of Mandalorian.
God.
And I didn't see that one coming.
Oh my God! I'm gonna have to go in and beep that out now.
It's been out since December 15th.
I
or
know,
something.
but there's still people out there that are watching. You poor people in
See?
the live stream. You tried to spoil Ted's kid's Christmas by talking about
That's
the
where it started,
puppy.
It's my new podcast. It's going to be called Spoil. I need a producer. Do you want to help?
Yeah, sure.
I don't know how to do any of this stuff.
I would do
So,
it. What's the pay?
Um,
Beer and whiskey. Yeah, see, Pete, thanks. Right there. You just ruined it for Pete. You just ruined Pete's problem. You ruined The Mandalorian for Pete.
I didn't ruin it. No one saw it coming. You still won't see it coming.
And I agree with Ted. Ralph Macchio is the real bully in Karate Kid.
Oh, he is.
Absolutely.
What is the...
Nothing is like what you think it is. Nothing is as it seems. Joey, life lesson. Okay. I got a little weird there. I got a little aggressive. I apologize for that.
Hold on. The
Yep. See, Pete, you just messed up Pete's Mandalorian experience. Sorry, Pete. I would if I'd have known, I'd have caught it. If I'd have known what he was getting ready to do, I'd have caught it, and I would have.
William Zabka. I knew that, and I just couldn't put that with it. William Zabka.
What's that?
Him and Ralph Macchio or this karate. Because William Zabka stars in Cobra. No, wait.
Okay.
Anyway.
Okay.
It's also good. Also, like I said, Luke Skywalker rolls up there, does some damage.
Grogu.
Yeah. He chops off Grogu's head. I mean, it's like...
Poor
we all
Grogu.
know Boba Fett was in there. That was pretty awesome.
Yeah. Well, we knew that was coming.
Those last 4 episodes were awesome, but season 2 sucked before that. Yeah. Anyway, follow me in a couple weeks for
my God,
new podcast.
Poor Pete's like literally probably pulling his hair out right now. So, Joey, we're going to shut this thing down. Thank you, everybody, for listening to this.
You want to know who wins the president? The whole thing was rigged.
I just want to know who wins Georgia. Thanks for listening to this episode of Mid-Atlantic Gravel, Travel, and Dirt. This being our 2nd year anniversary. Congratulations, Joey.
It's our first 2nd year anniversary.
Our first second. It's our first second. Yeah,
it's our first second.
Yeah, and our only. This is a listener-supported podcast by some pretty incredible people on Patreon or PayPal, but after this episode, I'm sure we can kiss Pete goodbye. Our show can be found wherever you find your favorite podcast. Joey, how can folks get in touch with us?
Our gram is at Mid-Atlantic GTD. Our website is at graveltraveldirt.com. If you want to leave us a lovely voicemail like we had tonight, our phone number is 410-231-3850. Did I say that right?
Yes, you did.
Oh,
you didn't even look, did you?
I'm on YouTube still.
Nice.
And our Instagrams are our Instagrams. So just follow.
Yeah, just Google it.
Yeah.
Google it.
Go
to the Google.
Also, I think half of the spam calls I get is because my phone number's on the website.
Our phone number? Your phone number?
My phone number's, yeah.
Where?
On the GTD site. Contact.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know that. Where? On like the Facebook or on the actual website? Yeah. Well, it shouldn't be.
It's on there. You put it on there. I don't do our website work. I'll call Squarespace.
Mid-Atlantic Gravel, Travel, and Dirt is recorded this night right here in Joey's kitchen. Thank you, Joey, for offering up your home. Thank you, Jeff, as well, for allowing us
I
to come
did.
here.
You were down here when I came in tonight.
Yeah, I know. Thanks for riding along, everybody. Until next time, we're going to wrap it up. Do good, be nice, go slow, respect others, and stay healthy.
Love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.